485, 485 lives lost every single day. And these numbers are not from a conflict zone or any war zone. These are Indians who leave their home every single day but never return, simply because they were killed on Indian roads. अक्सर हम लोग इसे भगवान की होनी या एक्सीडेंट कह के मान लेते हैं. But my guest today strongly disagrees. He says there is nothing accidental about it. It's all causative. Welcome to Act Now for Safer Roads. I am Suchitra Rena and I welcome my guest today, Mr. Rupinder Singh, Chairperson, Safe Road for Us. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Suchitra, and thank you all the viewers for joining us.
Mr. Singh, let's start with the word itself. What is it that you disagree with this word accident?
Suchitra, world over, there's ample evidence that road crashes happen because of certain reasons. It could be underage driving, it could be drunken driving, it could be speeding, it could be infrastructure, it could be vehicular design fault. So there are reasons behind crashes. And, fatalities happen if there is, no medical facility available within the golden hour. So there are reasons for people's fatalities. So they are not accidental. Developed countries have moved to zero vision, whereby every death on the roads they believe is preventable.
Absolutely. So do you believe that there is always a choice behind it?
Yes, it could be individual choice. It could be choice of the governments not to act, not to enforce. So there are choices. So yeah, someone could be making an individual choice of driving under influence or driving at a high speed. So these are choices.
So coming back to the basics, जब भी कोई हादसा होता है तो हम सबसे पहले ऊपर वाले को ब्लेम करते हैं. Out of human nature हम कहते हैं भगवान की मर्जी, भगवान ने करना था, होनी थी, हो गई. तो आप ये होनी और अनहोनी के बीच का जो अंतर है, इसको कैसे समझाएंगे?
होनी और अनहोनी के बीच का अंतर सिर्फ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. अभी लास्ट संडे चंडीगढ़ में एक जेंटलमैन, शिवरात्रि का दिन था, उन्होंने भांग पी और उसके बाद गाड़ी बहुत तेज चलाई, जो पुलिस रिकॉर्ड्स कहते हैं, जो मीडिया रिपोर्ट्स कहती हैं. और उसके बाद उन्होंने हिट किया एक साइकिलिस्ट को, एक ईवी रिक्शा को, फिर एक कार को, फिर एक इनोवा को. 4 व्हीकल्स को उन्होंने हिट करा और उस क्रैश में 3 जानें चलेगी. अरे भाई साहब, ये बताएं, शिव जी ने बोला था ये. अगर शिवरात्रि के दिन उस सज्जन ने भांग पी है, घर पे पी लो अगर पीनी है, उसके बाद अगर उसने गाड़ी तेज चलाई है और 4 व्हीकल्स को हिट करा, where is God's will? It was individual's choice.
Absolutely.
Irresponsible choice. So I don't treat this as God's will. There are choices people make and consequences people face.
So do you also believe that we often blame everything on God because we don't have to look into the mirror? We just blame it on God.
It is very unfair to blame God because God cannot come and defend himself. I just don't want to offend someone. So Chitra, you have a child.
Yes.
Right? Wherever there is knowledge, we don't either pray to God or blame God. Knowledge is that polio drops prevent polio. Now India is polio free. I think you would have given your kid the polio drops.
Absolutely, I did.
All people who are religious or even people serving in the religious gurdwaras and mandirs, they would have given polio drops to their kids or grandkids.
Kids, absolutely.
So where is the case? If we want to prevent polio, we have a solution. We don't blame God. If tomorrow someone's kid unfortunately has polio, how can God be blamed for that? There is a solution for that.
That is our negligence.
I would say when I was a small kid in a school, in the school it was written knowledge is God. Right? Whatever subject we have knowledge about, we don't blame God for that. अब किसी की क्लास में नंबर आते हैं, क्लास का जो टॉपर है वो टॉपर इसलिए है बिकॉज उसको नॉलेज है सब्जेक्ट्स की, मैथ्स की, साइंस की, फिजिक्स की, व्हाटएवर. कोई बच्चा मेरे जैसा प्रे भी करता रहे, कैन आई बीट अ टॉपर हु हैज नॉलेज? नो. वेयर वी हैव नॉलेज, वी डोंट प्रे. So we have ample knowledge about how to cut the crashes, how to reduce the fatalities. There is ample knowledge in the world.
Right. So when we talk about knowledge, even a 5-year-old can understand that what traffic rules are, how we are supposed to, because they're taught in kindergarten only that red light we have to stop, green we have to go. We all have been going through the same process. Then is it the human negligence to blame?
Yeah, crashes happen a lot due to human negligence. Now, recently there's a lot of hue and cry nationally about a guy named as Sahil, right?
A 23-year-old
23 years old,
Dwarka,
Dwarka, Delhi, mein,
yes.
right? He has been a victim of someone driving a Scorpio, right? A youngster. That youngster who's driving Scorpio doesn't have a license. The Scorpio had 13 challan in its name, 9 out of 13, 9 for speeding. So, and the Scorpio, while it was being driven, there was a reel being made for Insta or whatever. So, these are causes which led to that. So, how can Sahil's mother accept this as God's will? I was watching TV and she's pleaded that no mother should lose her son like this. She's pleaded for a national action.
She was crying profusely.
Yeah, she was a single lady. She had raised her son
Yes.
single, as a single mother. And the son was, whatever media reports I've read, the son had all the, hopes for future within 1 second or within 2 seconds. But then that kind of a crash leaves no chance for someone to survive.
True, sir. So, coming back, when in your previous episode, when we launched Act Now, you have firmly, supported a term, war on roads.
Yes, Suchitra, this is war. What is war? War is where we are fighting, or nations are fighting, or people are fighting using weapons. Here in India, we are fighting for every inch of space on the roads. We are fighting to go past someone. We are fighting to cross the road as a pedestrian. And then someone's vehicle acts as a weapon. And wars have another definition, that they are large scale. So this, epidemic, or this dance of death is all across India. There is no state in India which doesn't have road crashes. So my concern is, it is a war where we don't have external enemy. I can be someone's enemy, or someone on the road could be my enemy if we either of us has a irresponsible behavior. If I am speeding, my vehicle can be a weapon to a pedestrian. If someone is speeding and I'm walking, that vehicle could be a weapon. So wars kill, so do vehicles kill on the road. And let me add, the number of people killed in Russia and Ukraine war, right? They can be compared to the fatalities happening on Indian roads. We last year, there was a lot of hue and cry about Israel-Palestine conflict. The numbers that were, I don't want to reduce the fatalities to numbers only, but the numbers of that war are just half of what we lose on Indian roads every year.
सर, जब हम वॉर ऑन रोड्स की बात करते हैं, हमें पता है हमारे सामने वाला दुश्मन कौन है, हमें कैसे काउंटर अटैक करना है, हमें कैसे खुद को बचाना है, देश को बचाना है। बट यहाँ हमारा दुश्मन कौन है, कातिल कौन है?
अरे भैया, यहाँ एक दूसरे के दुश्मन हम ही है. I can be someone's enemy on the road if I'm adopting a irresponsible behavior, if I'm speeding, if I'm driving drunk, right? Or someone could be my enemy. The worst part is I don't know who's my enemy. And furthermore, वॉर के लिए तो हम प्रिपेयर्ड भी होते हैं, सायरन भी बज जाता है एनिमी के अटैक का. यहाँ पे कौन से सायरन बज रहे हैं?
अलर्ट किया जाता
हाँ,
है.
यहाँ पे this is a war which is happening and which is killing people without them even knowing about that they are not going to be there next moment. This Sahil guy did not. He was on road. He was leading his life like every day. He did not know. His mother didn't know. She's going to lose him like anything, today. So this is a war where we are, I can be someone's enemy and someone can be my enemy.
I agree, sir. I would also like to add, when we talk about, the blame game, whatever is happening, shouldn't we look into ourselves first individually? And somewhere in today's world, we are losing our patience. We don't have respect for the fellow road users, right?
So, Chitra, I've been saying this on many occasions and many platforms that since there is a war, I cannot control anyone's behavior. I can only control mine.
Mine.
This safety starts with me. I have to be responsible. I have to look into what kind of road I am, what kind of speed I'm driving at. I have to be vigilant that okay, even if I am driving, safely, I should be looking on road. I say driving is not driving your vehicle, you're driving your life. You should be looking at, even if you're not at fault, you should be vigilant at that what if an idiot is coming. I mean, you should be looking at people. I shouldn't be using this word idiot. I mean, we should be vigilant about people who are driving irresponsibly.
So is it correct to say that, before engineering and enforcement, we should be self-aware primarily, and then we should be taking actions accordingly. Our action should be mindful. खुद के लिए एहतियात बरतने हैं, और साथ ही हमें अपने फेलो यूजर्स या घर पे बच्चे हो या बड़े हो बूढ़े हो, youngsters especially when we talk about Sahil, would that guy who was driving the Scorpio, टोका जाता उसे कि आप ओवर स्पीड कर रहे हो, इतने सारे चालान कटे हैं, है ना? तो शायद ये हादसा कभी होता ही नहीं।
देखो, सेफ्टी स्टार्ट्स विद अस। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अपने इंडिविजुअल के ऊपर बिहेवियर, wear seat belt, wear protective gears, helmets, drive at a speed which whereby you can control your vehicle. Then teach your kids, teach your family, teach people, your friends. I mean, आज की बात नहीं, पुरानी बात है। जब मैं पंजाब में कहीं जाता तो मेरे दोस्त कहते ये चंडीगढ़ नहीं, मेरी तो आदत थी बेल्ट लगाने की। तो ये कहते उन्हें नहीं इतने चलान नहीं कटता। मैं कही यार मैं चलान लिख नहीं पा रहा। Just because I had lived in New Zealand, I knew it is not about challan, right? So buckling up is not for challan. I knew the science behind it, right? So मैंने वो जब पहनी तो उन्होंने कहा ना इतने चलान नहीं कटता, चंडीगढ़ थोड़ी हैगा। So what I mean to say is yes, आपका पर्सनल बिहेवियर आपकी सेफ्टी इंश्योर कर सकता है, आपके परिवार की सेफ्टी इंश्योर कर सकता है। अब इस परिवार की जिसकी आपने बात करी है, क्या उनको बेटे को ऐसे करना चाहिए था? अब मेरे को नहीं पता उस व्हीकल के 13 चलान है, 9 स्पीडिंग के, चाहे उसके फादर के हैं, चाहे उसके और किसी के हैं, आई डोंट नो। इट मींस in the family the vehicle was being used and no one in the family bothered about the consequences of speed or other offenses.
Mr. Singh, thank you for reminding us that road safety is not about wearing seat belts or helmets. And to all the viewers watching us and listening us today, before you jump that red light or you get tempted to send a last WhatsApp message while you're driving, घर पे आपका कोई इंतजार कर रहा है. Thank you for listening and watching to Act Now, because every life matters.